New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life, it's free. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Right? Hello and welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Oh my goodness, we're coming to you we are a global show, just so you know. So when you check in with us, you are on the cutting edge of the world. I am coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I am Robyn Rice Olmsted.
And Albuquerque is like one of my favorite places in the world. Can I just say that? It really is. It really is. I used to visit, well, I love Albuquerque, but I love Ocate, like up in northern New Mexico. There is a gigantic cottonwood tree that I would go on sort of like a pilgrimage to see every year during a certain time in my life, and just love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm, however, not in New Mexico. I'm in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia.
And who are you?
I'm happy.
That is the voice of the happy Dr. Natasha Wilson. And welcome, Wayne, Calgarian in the house.
Is that like Canada?
Huh?
Calgary as in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh,
we got Canada, we got Australia. We are just breaking it in. Let us know where you're checking in from, where you're watching us from. And we're just glad you're here. We're so happy. Last week, as you remember, we were celebrating our producer and celebrating life. And we talked a little bit about celebration as a way of life. And we're going to continue that today, but from different angles. The title of our show today is You Got to Give It Up, the Pathway to Joy. And that is inspired by Marvin Gaye. And you might notice a pattern here, at least right now in this time of the world. So that's what we're going to be exploring a little bit later after we check in a bit, and then we do our card pull of the week and get everything in, metaphysical order. So how are you this week, ladies?
No, I'm good. Like when I say I'm good, I'm happy. And nothing happened. Actually, the woman I was dating broke up with me, so it seems like I wouldn't be happy. But I'm really happy. Like I'm happy. I'm happy. I went to get my my adult stepdaughter who lives down on the Gold Coast, so about an hour from where I live. I went to pick her up because I'm going to a conference this weekend, and I have childcare arranged for my children. I was like, oh my God, my dog, who's gonna look after my dog? So anyways, I went down to go get my stepdaughter, who I absolutely love. And so she's going to be with Andromeda this weekend. And on our way back, she was listening to my music, right? And so we were listening to like Marvin Gaye, and she's like young, right? She's 30. So, and it's so interesting because African-American music is global. And so even though my stepdaughter grew up here in Australia. She knows Marvin Gaye. She knew Stevie Wonder actually has a favorite song, Stevie, and we danced to that. And then we danced to Got to Give It Up. And I was like, oh my God, I got to reach out to Robyn and I got to tell her, we got to use this song. Right. But yeah, I'm happy. And I think part of it is because I've been dancing. And I've been dancing with my daughters. Yeah. And I realized this week, I don't have to defend joyfulness. So that was like a big thing for me. Connected to
a big thing. I think that's a big thing in the world today because, everybody has an idea of how one should be. How can you be like that with all of this going on in the world? How can you do this? It's like people expect you to, I don't know what they expect. I've stopped trying to figure out it. But I mean, I think that's good to decide, you know what? In this moment, right here, right now, I'm joyful. I'm feeling it in my body. I'm dancing. I'm singing. I'm having a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. How is your week?
My week is good. It's good. It's let's see what's going on. Different song, different show. What's going on? Nothing is particularly different. It's good. It's busy. It's I feel like I've been doing some different things that feel aligned with who I am. I'm doing a writing class with my husband, which, he's in the kicking and screaming stage. He's the one that wants to write a book. But of course, he's like angry every time he goes to class or has to write. And I'm like, yeah, I can write a book, whatever. And so it's pretty fun, like for me, actually, we actually reread some of our writing today, and it was just fun. I mean, it's just joyous. Everything is okay. Everything is good. I don't have any complaints, even though, I'm tired of saying how I'm busy. I'm always busy. That's just the way it is. And in that, I feel like I'm making decisions about what not to take on, like I'm always taking things on. And I've been really clear. Like yesterday we did our show and somebody that was listening was like, oh, wow, you have such great ideas. Can you look over my proposal for blah, 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 blah. And I was like, sure, as long as you don't need it back in any kind of a timely manner, which is, I mean, I just didn't want them to want it the next day or in a week, and so all that to say, I feel like when I take something on, I'm really clear about how I'm taking it on and what I can do. You know what I mean? So that feels good.
Yeah. I think clarity is always good.
Yeah. Even though it's painful sometimes. But
sometimes. Yeah. It's like they say about the truth will set you free, but first it might tick you off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. Yeah. So all is well. Let's see what the cards have to say.
Let's see.
This is where we do our card pull of the week. What'd you say?
Should I show you the latest installment of my tattoo, though?
Sure, you can.
No, should I?
Well, now everybody's going to want to see it. I mean, yeah, you could do it.
Okay. There it is.
Nice. All I see is the card pull of the week. Okay. Oh, wow.
It's my best friend, Sharon, and me weaving a golden thread. And one of my little quotes, like,
wow,
remember your light, walk in beauty. And I think the reason that, like, it's not done, but this piece is really meaningful to me because my friend is Jewish, and she introduced me to the concept of tikkun olam, which is repair the world. And I was going to get that in Hebrew underneath, but instead I put one of my favorite Rumi quotes in Arabic because my friend, who's a jewelry designer, when she did her first photo shoot for her designs, all of us in that first campaign, we all wore hijabs in solidarity with our Muslim brothers and sisters. And for her as a Jewish woman, that was like a really big statement. And so I didn't put tikkun olam, right? Because, well, I don't start from the premise that the world is broken and so it needs repairing. I start from a different premise as a new thought metaphysician, right? So I believe the world is beautiful and we are light, and our work here is to remember our light and to walk with that light and to live beauty. So anyways, that's the latest installment of my tattoo. It's not
Very
finished,
cool.
but it's the latest installment.
Okay, but didn't it hurt?
Oh no, I got numbing cream this time.
Oh, just
All my other ones that I've gotten, because all these pieces are part of my 50th birthday present. I hadn't discovered numbing cream until this installment. So I had numbing cream for a bit of this, but then because life is life, in the middle of getting this done, I had to stop. She had to wrap it up. I had to go collect my daughter early from school with an earache. It's a whole thing. So the numbing cream wore off, but when we got back, my daughter is so funny. My daughter's like, I don't see my face. Where's my face?
That's funny.
And I'm like, Alexis, right here, the butterfly with the letter A, that's you. She's like, that's not my face.
Right.
So
well,
now get her face.
You got a point.
She does. She has a point. She has a point. So I'll work that out with my tattoo artist later. So I am getting our cards ready. So you just have to tell me when to stop.
Oh, stop.
You said stop?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I stop like this. So maybe which deck?
Maybe just pick.
Just pick? Okay. I'll just pick.
The one on your left-hand side.
That's what I did. I picked that one. So it says, communicate with spirit. All right. So of course I have to get the book. So give me a second. Let me just put the cards to the side. But oh my God, look at that. Such a beautiful image though. Look at that image. It's a woman dancing.
Yeah, I can see that.
I love it. Okay. So this is 28, communicate with spirit. All right. Page went right there. Interesting. All right. When it comes to receiving divine guidance, human language can only go so far. That's why art and ritual exist. Okay. Anyways, all right. We can receive, perceive, and communicate that which goes beyond linear thinking. When you enter into the timeless dimension through dance, art, or meditation, you will discover the answer You will discover the answer or answers you seek. Sorry, I'm reading like I'm in second grade. I just can't see these words very well. Consulting this deck allows you to delve deeper and expand further in order to merge your awareness with the cosmic dance itself, known by many names, including spirit, infinity, divine, presence, pure awareness, the great holy mystery, and God is all that is. When you look at the finite world, you will see the convincing appearance of drama, discord, limitations, and lack. But when you look beyond this appearance, you will see that the three-dimensional world is nothing more than a hologram, a fantasy crafted by the human ego that will dissolve as quickly and as surely as our nightly dreams do the moment we awake. In truth, all is one. And the one reality, and that's capitalized, one reality is eternal, conscious, dynamic, expansive, and alive with intelligence. It is from this level of reality that we will step into empowerment. As you enter this vibrational field, you will naturally release what is out of alignment with your true spiritual essence. You will reconnect with source energy and remember your true divine identity. From this place of truth, you will know just what to do. There are many paths and portals to aligning with this unified field of all wisdom, including ritual, art, conscious intimacy, dance, meditation, breath work, yoga, energy work, chanting, shamanic journeying, and spending time in nature. Enter into any activity with the intention of making contact with truth, truth with a capital T. See, perceive, and experience your oneness with all that is. This will serve as a much needed spiritual tune-up by bringing you back into harmonious resonance with the cosmic dance. To begin receiving healing frequencies with divine downloads, stand with your feet together and your knees slightly bent. Expand your arms toward the sky at a 90-degree angle overhead, palms facing up, making a large V shape. Look straight ahead and breathe deeply. Feel your own crown chakra, the energy at the top of your head open, and spirals of cosmic light moving down into your energy field through your crown, and extend your arms. Continue to breathe consciously as you hold this position for 2 minutes. Surrendering the ego to align with the divine mind is the source of true spiritual power. Break through limitations created by your smaller sense of I and me, and activate your visionary awareness of universal consciousness. This is the work of the sacred dancer, just as it is the work of the shaman, the magician, the priest, the priestess, and the sage.
All right. So I'm going to be honest, that card just pissed me off. So
Okay. Say more. Say more.
I'm going to. So for me, that was, I mean, yeah. It's all fine. It's all good. It's all true. It just was too much for me. Like, it felt too preachy to me. It just did. It just felt too preachy. I didn't like it telling me what to do. Just saying. I mean, but I totally, I get it. I get the card, and yeah, and the oneness and all of those things, and yeah, just was a lot for me.
It was a lot, and I loved it. Can I say I love the card?
Of course you can.
Absolutely love the card. I love the message, and it brought me back to, how in the reading it was saying, like, there are all these ways to enter into this awareness of our connection with the oneness, right? And yoga, meditation, dance, art, whatever. And it reminds me of the Rumi quote that I have tattooed here, both in Arabic and English, which says, let the beauty we love be what we do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground, right? So there are hundreds of ways to remember our connection to the divine. And I just loved that reading.
Beautiful. Yeah. So what was the initial thing on the card?
Communicate with spirit. That's
Yeah.
the title of the card. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is indeed the goal, is to communicate with spirit, and to, however you do that, to find it, to see it, to be it in all that you do. So, I think that's, for me, it's about, how am I being guided towards all that I do, and, listening and making new decisions, and I feel like I'm always realigning with spirit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, the card just, again, made me think of the Rumi, especially that last line of that Rumi quote, right? There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. There are hundreds of ways to engage consciously with spirit. Yeah. So I loved the reminder of the card. Yeah. And I felt like the card was an invitation. And it offered a posture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because these cards are about dance, right? I'm a dancer. And so a particular physical posture of grounding the connection through the body. And and it also makes me think about that Marvin Gaye song that we're going to be talking about later, because it's all about like using the body to pray, to celebrate. So for me, it all works. And I told you, I started this day, I'm just like really happy, and it just confirms. Anyways, today confirms that I am a naturally happy person when left to my own devices.
There you go. No, and I don't have a problem with the message. I just didn't like the card just made me mad. It was too much. But the message is the message, and that's okay. It's all okay, So, because, as Rumi says, there are thousands of different ways to kiss the ground. There's thousands of different ways to hear the card. So, it's all good. It's all good. So, speaking of all good, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about You Got to Give It Up. So stay tuned and let us know where you're watching from in the chat, and join in. We'd love to hear your voice. All right. Where are we going to hear your voice? We're going to hear it right here when we get back on New Thought Media Network.
Please help us say thank you to all of our organizational sponsors, including the Hepperlin Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Center for Spiritual Living United Life, Sunshine Cathedral, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Universal Joy Center, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. On behalf of New Thought Media Network, thank you, and please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, come be you.
The Heal Your Life Workshop Leader and Life Coach Certification Training, approved personally by Louise Hay, is coming to San Diego. Facilitated by expert trainers Anna Milkick and Christy Dixon. This 3-month training includes multiple sessions on Zoom and 10 days in beautiful San Diego. It will change your life and enable you to help others transform their lives.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life, it's free. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
And welcome back to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Don't you love that song? If you watch our show regularly, you can't tell me that you don't walk away singing that song at some point. It's so catchy.
It is. It's so good.
It's so good. And that's thanks to the brilliance of Ray Davis, who wrote it and sang it and did it all.
Yes. And
I
was listening to his music on that same drive from yesterday, and he does this version, a live version of this Earth, Wind, and Fire song. I can't remember the name of it right now. You know, there's a voice in a place bringing life to the something of doing.
Yeah.
Take a ride in the sky on a ship, fantasize. Oh, that's it, fantasy.
That's it, fantasy.
And I was like, yes. And do you remember in the message that I sent you, I sent that Harry Belafonte quote?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I sent it to Reverend Michael, but the Harry Belafonte quote says that when the music is strong, the movement is strong. And I was like, yes, we got to choose the soundtrack of this movement. And we are a part of a movement here at Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
We are. And today our topic is You Got to Give It Up, the Pathway to Joy. So, Natasha, you want to talk a little bit about the song and what motivated you or what inspired you,
Yes, I'm actually going to just because I have the lyrics, and I'm not going to, I know we can't post them or any of that stuff, for copyright reasons. But like I said, I was driving in the car with my stepdaughter back up to Brisbane, and playing my music, the music that I grew up hearing my parents listen to, and that has just become like a part of my world. And Got to Give It Up came on, and I shared with her that when I was a little girl, it didn't matter where I was. Whenever that song came on, I could be in the grocery store, I could be anywhere. Somebody could be passing by in their car, blasting it, and I just started dancing, right? Because I just love that song. And the lyrics of the song, right? It's about someone who wouldn't dance easily, right? Because, they were worried about what other people thought. And then at some point, he's like, no, we have to give this up, give up this thinking that to move our bodies in joy is negotiable, and he's just like, we've got to give it up. We are meant to be joyful beings. And then the song is about celebrating that through music, through dance. And again, it made me think of that Harry Belafonte quote, right? When the music is strong, the movement is strong. But also, when I told you, I started by saying the person that I was really liking broke up with me. I think it must have been last week now. A part of that is, I do have what a lot of people see as inexplicable joy. And it's because I don't know. I don't even, it's just weird. It's like, of course I have joy. Like, and then I'm like, my people have always engaged music and joy as a part of like our political movements. And I remember sharing a little small YouTube clip with said person, and it was juxtaposing like the opening of the Obama Center in Chicago, and like with, I don't know, whatever the heck was happening at the White House. But there was all this, like, everybody was dancing and like happy, and
Yeah.
it was full of like celebrities, right? Because we always dance. We always, like, we never stop dancing.
Well,
And
I
having
think,
music.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. My daughter's knocking at the door though, but you go ahead.
Okay. So I was just going to say, I think that I mean, you said you've always been joyous and you couldn't really explain why. And I think that's the whole point, that we don't need to explain why. Because I mean, the why is because we were born to be that. We were born to be that place of joy and happiness and love and all those good things. And I think, that's part of what's going on in the world as well, is that, there's so many ideas now, I mean, always, but of how things should be, or how they should be different, or what's wrong, or what shouldn't be happening. And, on some level, I mean, I take that song to be just that reminder that you got to give it up, because even if all of those things are going on, like when you stop and look at your world, or I'll speak from myself, when I stop and look at my world, would I like some things to be different? Of course I would. And at the end of the day, am I grateful that I go home to a roof over my head and, have a partner that I can talk to, and that, understands me, and that we can create together, and that I love, and all of those things. And, just all of the great things that we have in our life, and just that reminder, it's like, celebrate the moment, celebrate the good. That's my interpretation of it. Like, you just got to give it up and dance, or sing, or
Yeah.
paint, or however you express you, however you do you. It's that letting go in that moment of rejoicing, just because, you got another breath.
Absolutely.
you know
Absolutely. And there's this like breakdown. I'm just thinking in the song, right? Like it just says, keep on dancing. You've got to give it up. Keep on dancing. You've got to give it up.
Right.
Keep on dancing, right? So it's like, and then it takes me back to the card, right? It's like, there are just, dance is like, for me, dance is total prayer. And to think about what was happening in the country politically when that song came out, and to put out a song that says, keep on dancing, keep on dancing. And I was sharing about the history of Haiti, right? Because I have, many of my my family, like, we came through Haiti to Louisiana, to New Orleans. But when we think about the Haitian Revolution, and we think about, like, it was the first Black republic in the West. And what did they do? Like, they danced, and they invoked the spirit of Ursula Dantor, right? And she's like the image of the Virgin Mary, like, so she holds the baby, but she also holds the machete, and she's dancing at the same time. They invoke that energy, and through that dance, right? Like they went, they kicked the French, they kicked Napoleon's butt out of what is now Haiti. and he was just in his letters, when you read Napoleon's letters, it's like he was shocked. He was like, well, first they want to be free. That's crazy. But then it was like they danced. Like that was their, like they danced even as we were at war, because like it keeps us connected to our humanity, even when systems want to squeeze out our humanity. Every time we dance, it's like come back to human dignity. And so I just love it. I don't know. I just love it. And so even talking about that this week, as I decided not to justify why I am joyful and naturally happy. Yeah, it was good.
It is good. And I also think that, we've got to go beyond just the dance aspect of it, because I think it's really letting go of all of it, whether it's stinking thinking or, our ideas of how things should be. It's like there's so much we have to just let go of. And for me, it speaks to, even to the card, it speaks to, can we let go of the idea that there's things that need to be fixed, or there's things that need to happen differently, or there's things that aren't right? And I'm not saying to live in a fantasy world that everything is perfect, but can we let go and trust in that moment that this is the way it's supposed to be, for whatever reason, and whatever we need to learn and whatever we need to see, this is the way it's supposed to be. And in that, can we rejoice?
Yeah. And dance, there's dance, but then there's dance as the metaphor, right? Which is like, what if this is all a part of the cosmic dance, right? And so, which I think it is.
Right.
Yeah. I saw like just noticing our producer put a little Marvin Gaye thing down there. I was just curious what that was. So I was going to ask our producer to say something about that.
Oh, I was going to play you the song at the end.
Not
on the air, though, because unfortunately, as the keeper of the YouTube archives, we get dinged. But I was going to play this for you guys when we got off the air.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. We really have to teach Natasha how to use the studio so that she doesn't have to ask those questions. All right. So yeah.
I like asking questions.
I know, but perhaps our listeners aren't as interested as you, maybe, in that.
Or maybe they are.
Well, there's a lot of them out there. I can see them on the camera, and no one's talking to us, so I cannot justify. I cannot deny or affirm either of those things. So if you have an opinion and you want to let us know what it is, please join us in the chat. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think, Marvin Gaye was a preacher, I mean, he was preaching in everything he did, and yeah.
Yeah. So we had the card preaching and we had Marvin Gaye preaching. So preaching is all right with me, as long as the preaching resonates with.
So, I think let's go to the more technical aspect of that. How, so it's easy for us to go, oh, you got to let it go and just dance. How do you really let go of things like that? And especially being a dancer and a somatic person, which you are and I am, how do you let go of those things in your body that you need to let go of, that, that hold you back, hold you down, keep you stuck, whichever phraseology you like.
Okay, so here's another reason why I like the card, because the card spoke to like the physicality of a particular movement, right? That is about being grounded while also being like connecting sky and earth through the physical body itself, right? So when I think about how we move that stuff, it's literally physically, like not always perfectly, not always completely, but there are many ways to kiss the ground, right? And so there are many ways to move things through and out of the body. I was literally this week, I've done a lot of work with clients around grief, and we did several movements to move grief, like that. Some people carried it in their chest, some people carried it in their belly, some people carried it in their head. And when we did like these physical movements to be with that grieving, the outcome, I don't know if it's an outcome, but the result maybe was always the same. And it was this deep need to lament, right? And so once we made contact with where it was, we gave that area like movement, then the movement came out through the tears, right?
Yeah.
For some people, it came out through the nose and the mouth, and it was lamenting, right? So it was that wave that was in that energy wave of grief in the body coming out, right?
Yeah. And I think that's such a great, a great remembering, because it's not just, in my mind, it's not just dance, be happy. It's really dance it out. It's like dance it out, get that out of your body and allow it to come through that way, which can also be done via sports, or, physical activity like that. And then for those that don't do it that way, there's writing, journaling, and those kind of things. And everybody's different, but there is, I just wanted to give some practical ways to get it out, out of your body, because that's the way to get to the pathway to joy. That's the way to get to living a celebration life, not celebratory. Is that the right word?
It is,
Well,
yeah.
Not to be celibate, but to live your life in celebration.
Celibate life, unless that's what you want. No, celebratory.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the way, when you can get rid of that stuff that doesn't serve you, and all of those things that we've talked about, whether it's the 4 agreements, whether it's taking things on and not taking things personally, and don't sweat the small stuff, all of those little nuggets that sound like woo-woo, jargony, new thought things can really be put into action, and then serve you in that pathway to creating something new.
Yeah. I think this is why I love the body. Like this morning, I was listening to Louise Hay, and, who's now in the realm of the ancestors, but I was listening to, one of her talks or whatever. And the talk was about like how in the West, one of the things that like we have to heal collectively is this belief that the body is separate from spirit, from mind, from whatever, right? Like, so somehow we can be spiritual, and that somehow doesn't involve being embodied, right? Like, so when I think about practical things, I really mean that. So sometimes, like I said, when, if I have a client and they have grief that's like lodged in the belly, I pull this thing out. We stand up. We engage the core where we feel that grief, right? right? And whether they have that band, there are 1,000 ways to kiss the ground. There are 1,000 ways to get at that physically that lives in the body. And yeah, handwriting in particular is phenomenal because the hand is a part of the body. And not just that the hand is a part of the body. If we notice, those of us who, look at it, like the chakra system, if we look at like the level that the arms and hands exist on, it exists on the level of the heart chakra. And so when we're physically writing, we are literally engaging heart intelligence, right? So there are 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground. I keep bringing up Rumi.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's great to, I think it's a great exploration for each of us individually too. I mean, to really see what works for us, because some things are going to work better than others. And some days may be different than others,
Absolutely.
And so having different tools, is really important.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And sometimes you just need to scream it out.
Remember I said like the grief, like it like as it moves out of people, at least I've noticed, like it comes out of the mouth, the eyes, the nose, like, right? Like, yeah, sometimes you gotta shot, like it's all the body,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's all the body. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think the first step to getting to that place of joy, to that place of fulfillment, to that place of happiness and really feeling, I don't know, fulfilled or in sync with yourself. I'm not sure what the right term would be, but you got to let go of what doesn't serve you, and doesn't matter if it's a behavior or if it's old beliefs. I mean, we all catch ourselves. I mean, we catch ourselves. I catch myself where I'm still stuck in a certain way of thinking or a certain pattern, right? And it's like the more we can be aware and identify that and be kind and gentle with ourselves and about it, and then move into action like this and, meet it with something you love. If you love dance, dance. If you love to sing, sing at the top of your lungs and whatever it is, but something, I think we meet it with joy. We can move into joy.
Yeah. Joy is always there. I think that's the thing, right? It's like, it's a state of consciousness, right? It's like, yeah, it's not even a thing we have to go get. It's like, it's who we are, right? When it's who we are. And the more and it's a practice, I just feel like that's the other thing, and people talk about peace. Like peace is a practice, joy is a practice, love is a practice.
It's all a practice.
All
It's all a practice. I mean, we were talking about that yesterday on our show that, abundance is a practice.
yes.
It's all a practice. It's all a consciousness, and even in the terms of abundance, it's like, what are you claiming? Like an abundance of joy or an abundance of, what doesn't work? Those kind of things. And so, so it's a practice, and it's a practice to be aware and watch your thoughts and be in integrity with yourself.
Absolutely. And I love that. Be in integrity with yourself. So that doesn't mean that we don't have other emotional experiences, right? Like I can be sad and lament and still move into joy, right? I can be affected by something. Like we can walk and chew gum at the same time. And so we can be in integrity, right? Like, of course, like I'm just thinking about being broken up with. Like, that's not a fun experience, right? And like there was a gift in that I didn't even realize until like I allowed myself to sort of lament it. And I was like, oh my God, here's the gift. And yeah, but it wasn't because I was like, oh, I'm pretending I'm like, no, no.
But that's the key too. I mean, is can we look for the gift? Can we find the joy? Even, if it's under a rock, can we go, okay, even if it's just that you dodged the bullet, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I see that the good that this person was, or, again, that comes from being in integrity with yourself, really being able to be present, to breathe into what is going on, and to accept it and be kind to yourself, not as beating yourself up, not as, oh God, why did I get in another relationship that didn't work? Why, blah, 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 whatever the stories may be, not that they're yours. I'm just saying, and being able to go to be okay, like, and grateful, and how great it is that this person passed through your life, and that this happened in this way, and whatever it is you're going through or feeling about it, finding the gift.
Yeah, I didn't even have to find a gift. The gift revealed itself when I just allow like the integrity to move through me. Yeah. And I'm absolutely probably going to get into another relationship that doesn't work, but whatever. But I might get into one that also works, whatever that is.
Well, but here's one of the gifts. Anybody who watches our show will know that there were months ago when you were never going to get in a relationship again. That was just there wasn't even a discussion about it. No, you were done. And now you're open. You're open to possibilities. And so that's what it's about, everybody. We have come to the close of yet another show.
Idris Alba. Are you listening, Idris Alba? I'm open to possibility.
All right, then. If you happen to know Idris Alba, let them know. Anyway, so that's your charge for this week. Can you give it up? Can you give up the old story? Can you dance into the new one? Can you be present and in integrity with who you are? It's not a small job, but we know you can do it. And
it's a beautiful one.
Yes. And we'd love it if you come back and tell us about it.
Yes.
Next week, right here on Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great
dance for those who can't dance.
Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Come expand your spiritual journey. Come expand your spiritual journey. Join us for Just the Talk. Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Experience Unity Kitchener and Ottawa. Center for Spiritual Living Midtown. Center for Spiritual Living Denver. Unity of Garden Park. New Thought, Philadelphia. The Sunshine Cathedral. Unity of Savannah. And the Om Center for Spiritual Living. Come unleash your spiritual potential with New Thought Media Network.